Purnamada Purnamidam Purnam Purnam Pudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Purnamada Purnamidam Purnam Purnam Pudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate
Welcome everyone to this week's Atomic Dreaming class. This will be the last of our weekly Tuesday classes. Starting in February, this class will be monthly and it will be on the second Tuesday of each month at the same time, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Management has decided there's some other projects they would like for me to work on. I'm going to miss meeting with everyone on a weekly basis too, but hopefully we can get together once a month starting in February and check in and see how everyone's been doing with the techniques. For those of you that may be new, this class has been a class that each week has been going over 2 techniques from the Tamil Siddha tradition of enlightenment that Dr. Pillai has blessed me to be sharing with other people. The 2 techniques, one of them is more focused on the material plane, and one of them is more focused on the spiritual dimension. Both of them are waking state techniques, and both of them are techniques you could do while you're doing something else that's a little more mundane, like washing the dishes or taking a walk. They're not dreams that you're doing while you're sleeping. These are active waking state meditations that we have been working with. The techniques are both very short, but because they're empowered by Dr. Pillai and he's given a blessing for us with them, his energy is helping us to have some very deep experiences with them if you practice them on a regular basis. So it's called Atomic Dreaming because Dr. Pillai has said we all have atomic power in our own mind, and we're not necessarily taught in school how to consciously connect with that. So these techniques give us a way to begin to more consciously connect with this part of our own mind, and to begin to, what one person in the class described as, create these little dream bubbles with these techniques, and to go into our imagination a bit more, and to begin to experience the power of our imagination, that we, through our imagination, can be having some very vivid experiences and can be having some very beautiful states of joy and bliss and higher consciousness. So the program, I start usually with a very simple clearing technique just to help us to get centered and cleared out from our day or our evening. Then I will share the directions for each of the techniques one at a time. I will share the words from Dr. Pillai about each technique, talk about it briefly, and then we do it together in class. And after each technique, the class shares a little bit about their experiences with each technique. So it's a very hands-on experiential class. So I'm going to start with the simple clearing technique. And while most of you are in a place, I hope, where it's safe for you to close your eyes, if you're not, I'm going to go ahead and put the card back up on the screen so you have something to look at. That's a pleasant thing to look at if you're not able to be in a space to close your eyes. So just a moment while I share that card again. There we go. So let me go ahead and turn the video off so that's not distracting for you. Okay. So go ahead right now and close your eyes if that's possible. If not, you can be looking at Dr. Pillai on the screen. Receive a beam of white light into your right eye. The white light comes into your right eye and it goes into all the millions of cells in your right eye, clearing, healing, renewing. The white light comes into your right eye and it goes all the way back into your right optic nerve. Receive the light. Now, receive a beam of white light into your left eye. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. The white light comes into your left eye and it goes all the way back into your left optic nerve. Now, receive a beam of white light into your right ear. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. The white light comes into your right ear and it goes all the way into your right inner eardrum. Now, receive a beam of white light into your left ear. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. Receive the white light into your left ear, all the way into your left inner eardrum. Now, receive a beam of white light into your right nostril. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. Receive the white light into your right nostril, all the way into your right nasal cavity. Now, receive a beam of white light into your left nostril. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. Receive the white light into your left nostril, all the way into your left nasal cavity. Now, receive a beam of white light into your mouth. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. The white light comes into the tip of your tongue, the middle of your tongue, the back of your tongue, and your tonsils area. Now, receive a beam of white light into your heart. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. Receive the light. Now, receive a beam of white light coming down from the sky, entering into the top of your head. The white light comes into your head and it goes into all the cells in your brain, healing, clearing, renewing. The white light expands and fills your entire head. The white light flows into your neck and throat. The white light comes down into your shoulders, and from your shoulders, it flows down into your arms, and all the way down your arms and into your hands. The white light flows into your entire torso, and it goes into all of your inner organs, healing, clearing, renewing. The white light flows into your legs. It comes into your thighs, down into your knees, into your shin and calves, down into your ankles and into your feet, and out the bottoms of the soles of your feet, connecting you with the earth. The white light is flowing through all the pores in your skin. And now all of us are in a river of white light, ready to begin our program. As I mentioned at the beginning, there's first technique of atomic dreaming is more focused on the material plane. And in the directions, Dr. Pillai uses the word goody. For you tonight, you can focus on something that to you is a kind of a goody. And to me, the word goody suggests something that makes us feel happy, excited. Your goody tonight could be anything that you might like to have, or you might like to do, or you might like to be, or some combination of those. And as long as it's something that isn't going to hurt you and it isn't going to hurt another person, the sky's the limit for what your goody could be tonight when we do the exercise together. So as I share the directions from Dr. Pillai about this first technique, in the back of your mind, think about what is the goody that you would like to have when we practice the technique together. So these are the words to us now from Dr. Pillai about the first technique. These are his words. Tapping into your total consciousness. We use only the mind-body consciousness, where the body and mind together give you a sense of reality. You never consciously attempt to separate the body from the mind. There are meditations that the siddhas do to separate their body and the mind. I'll give you an example. You are in San Diego in your house. You think about that you are in, say, India, staying in a hotel, and for a few days you are in the hotel. What is really happening when you do this exercise? Yes, in San Diego, your body and mind are together, and that is where, for all practical purposes, you are. But you are thinking that you are in India in a hotel room. So the mind alone is there in the hotel. You visualize your hotel room, the restaurant that you go to. You are going to a Chinese restaurant, eating Chinese food. And then you familiarize yourself with the area. You are coming to the lobby and talking to some Indians, doing business with them or whatever. But actually what you are doing is just imaginary, an unreal exercise. An exercise in unreality by worldly standards. If you live this life on a daily basis, that will help you to separate your mind from the body. Then you can go to the soul. But this first exercise is important, and it will be so liberating for the mind. You can think about all kinds of goodies. You have a Rolls Royce, driving a Rolls Royce. You have a mansion. All these things you can do. And if you remain in that consciousness for a long time, although it is faking, that will do a lot of good because your unconscious will pick up those constant hammerings. And psychologically, it is such an ego-satisfying consciousness, which is good. So these are the words to us from Dr. Pillai about the first technique of atomic dreaming. So go ahead right now and begin to picture a scene of you enjoying your goody. Allow yourself to see all the colors of this scene and allow yourself to feel happy with your goody. Allow yourself to feel joy. See yourself as happy and feel yourself as happy with your goody. And allow an adventure with your goody to begin to unfold and see where this adventure takes you. And allow all of your senses to be involved in your experience right now with your goody. And allow your sense of joy and happiness and innocent pleasure with your goody to grow. And know that Dr. Pillai wants you to feel this happiness. He wants you to have right now this positive, ego-satisfying experience. So allow yourself to feel positive, satiated, complete, fulfilled with your goodie. You're seeing all the colors very vividly, and you're feeling your joy, your happiness, and you're allowing that to grow. It expands even further, these positive feelings. And you're bringing all of your senses into enjoying your goodie. You're seeing it clearly. You're also hearing any sounds that might be there with your goodie, whether it's the sounds of the waves of ocean, or perhaps music at a party, or perhaps just driving a new car and you're beeping the horn just for the fun of it. Whatever is there to hear with your goodie, you're allowing yourself to hear that clearly. You're seeing it, you're hearing it, and you're allowing your adventure with it to continue to unfold. And your happiness continues to grow. And as you're enjoying your goodie, all of your senses are coming into enjoying it. If there's anything there in your scene with your goodie for you to eat or to drink, allow yourself to have the pleasure of tasting. Allow yourself to experience the taste sensation, whether it's a picnic or just having a sense of enjoying a barbecue, whatever is there. Maybe it's a glass of wine, whatever. Allow yourself to enjoy that. And your adventure with your goodie continues to expand. And your happiness, your bliss, your sense of being fulfilled with your goodie continues to grow. And if there's anything there in that scene for you to smell, a pleasant aroma or a scent, maybe it's the salt air at the ocean, or maybe it's a perfume, or perhaps an incense. Whatever is there that's pleasant to smell, allow yourself to enjoy that too. And your sense of joy with your goodie continues to grow, continues to expand. And allow your adventure with your goodie right now to continue to grow, and see where it takes you. You're bringing all of your senses into your experience with your goodie. You're seeing it, you're hearing it, you're tasting, you're smelling. And if there's anything with your goodie of a tactile nature, allow yourself to experience that sense of touch, whether it's maybe holding the steering wheel of a new car, or feeling the bottoms of your feet walking across the sand at the beach, or maybe playing a guitar, or maybe dancing with someone. Whatever is there of a tactile nature to touch, allow yourself to enjoy that too. All of your senses are engaged with your goodie. You're having fun with it right now. There's no pressure to manifest it. You're simply enjoying it right now, in the moment, very vividly. You're seeing, you're tasting, you're touching, you're hearing. Everything is happening, smelling. You have great delight and joy with your goodie. And again, know that Dr. Pillai wants you to have this positive sense of joy with your goodie right now. He wants you to have that experience, that deep sensation of happiness. And now, gently, gently allow yourself to come back. Come back to your body. Give thanks to Dr. Pillai for whatever experience you had with your goodie right now. And allow yourself to come back. Come back to your body. Allow yourself to reintegrate. And those of you that have been here before, you know that I do like the class to be a bit interactive. So if you're comfortable to share a little bit in the chat about your experience with the first technique, you're welcome to do that. And if you don't want to share all the details about your experience, you're welcome to just share perhaps how the experience made you feel. So let me see if someone is posting in the chat here. I see that, okay, it's Lisa under the handle of Ryan Evans. She's saying for tonight, for the first technique, what she was picturing was her children's books were going global. I know that Lisa is a writer, and she writes children's books. And she said they just came out with their 10th children's books since they had started Atomic Dreaming in 2020. So we've been very blessed to have been here. Thank you so much, Swamini and Dr. Pillai. So that is a happy, that's a very happy sharing. Just knowing that through Atomic Dreaming, she has been able to picture something and then actually have it happen in the real world as well. Lovely. I see Ayana saying we all have atomic power in our mind. Yes, this is definitely something Dr. Pillai is wanting us to begin to hear, to accept, and to experience. Everardo is saying a happy golden age. Let's manifest. So these are techniques that can help with getting better at picturing things to manifest. I see other people are sharing in the chat here. Just a second. Just a second here. What happened? I see Sam sharing in the chat. He says tonight he envisioned being with his soulmate tonight, and they were sharing beautifully deep moments together, and I felt him through all my senses. Thank you, Swamini Valli and Babaji. Sam, I'm very happy for you that you were able to picture such a beautiful relationship for yourself and to enjoy it. Wonderful, wonderful. So checking the chat to see if someone else is sharing. I see beloved superstar saying tonight she saw herself doing what she loved and it made her heart feel joyful and peaceful. She says, thank you. Thank you for sharing that you had that experience. Wonderful. This is very much about the experience of feeling that joy, that happiness. Beautiful. Ayana is sharing tonight for the first technique. She pictured that she was in Spain, dancing the flamingo and wearing a red dress and orange boots. Oh, that sounds so fun. I know that Ayana is a beautiful dancer. This is lovely that she's picturing being in Spain, dancing flamenco with a red dress and orange boots. That sounds really fun. Van is saying tonight she was in a crystal cave with bright light on the crystals, and she heard a soft drum from the earth, and she could feel so much love from the earth and the elements, and all was restful and peaceful. Beautiful, beautiful. Ayana is congratulating Lisa for having published 10 children's books since she started Atomic Dreaming back in 2020. And Lisa is saying thank you. One of the things I have loved about this class is how mutually supportive everyone has been towards each other. I have greatly appreciated the love, respect, and care you've given towards each other. Kalyani is saying tonight her goodie was money coming into her account every day, as she kept hearing notifications on her phone about money coming in, and she could even smell the new banknotes. Oh, I like that. I like the little dings on your phone letting you know that money is coming in. So you had a lot of your senses involved with that, and even being able to smell the new banknotes. That's fun. Wonderful. Thank you to everyone who has shared. I appreciate it very much. So now we'll move on to the second technique of atomic dreaming. This one we'll do just a little bit differently. As I mentioned at the beginning, the second technique is more spiritual in focus. So with this technique, I'm going to read the directions again from Dr. Pillai. They're very short. I will talk about it very briefly, and then we will do the second technique in silence together for 5 minutes. And I will let you know when the 5 minutes is starting, and I will gently bring you out of it. The reason we're doing it in silence is that I don't want to constrain you in any way with my words. I want you all to be having your own inner experience with the technique. I know that Dr. Pillai is empowering the technique for you. He's going to keep you safe with whatever experience you're about to have. And that's why we do it together in silence. There's a power to silence when we do it together in a group. It helps us all to go deeper. So even though we're not in the same room right now, there will be an energy that helps everyone to go deeper with this second technique if we're doing it in silence. So now I'm going to share the words from Dr. Pillai about this second technique. He says, if you want it to be more powerful, then you have to go imagine that you are in heaven with Lord Shiva or Vishnu or Muruga or Ganesha or Jesus or the Buddha. Keep on thinking it over and over and over and over again. Then you can imagine that you have your mind is your subtle body. And this subtle body is thinking these thoughts, which are real to the subtle body. I know a particular case where that exercise yielded results within a few days. Since this is a very powerful technique, you should not do it more than 5 minutes. God bless. So those are the words to us from Dr. Pillai about the second technique of atomic dreaming. Now, you're not limited to visiting the archetypes that he mentioned. If you want to picture going to heaven and visiting with someone else, you're welcome to do that. For example, some people might want to visit Mother Mary or Lakshmi or Kuan Yin from the Chinese Taoist tradition. Each of you may have your own way of picturing going to heaven, and that's fine. For me, it's very fast. It's like warp speed in Star Trek. But each of you may have your own way. And if you're a more secular person, you could perhaps just imagine going into a higher dimension and visiting with someone that to you is more intelligent, maybe Tesla or Einstein. So we're going to do this technique together right now in silence for 5 minutes, starting now. gently, gently start to come back to earth, come back to your body. Give thanks to Dr. Pillai for whatever experience you had. Give thanks to whatever beings you interacted with. And allow yourself to come back to earth, come back to your body. And when you're back in your body, if you would like to share in the chat a little bit about your experience, you're welcome to do that. If you don't want to share all the details, you can just share perhaps how it made you feel to do the second technique. And I know it can sometimes take a few moments to come all the way back, to be back in your body, to be able to type. So I'll be checking the chat to see if someone is back and able to type something. So still checking the chat. It's helpful for us to share some of our experiences with others. It's interesting for them to hear them, and it helps them to understand how different each person can be with the energies. Tonight, Lisa is saying she was being blessed by her ancestors doing the second technique, and they told her not to worry and that everything is being taken care of, to surrender. She says, thank you, Dr. Pillai and Swamini and all here. So she had a lovely experience picturing going to heaven, being blessed by her ancestors, and they gave her a wonderful message to not worry, that everything is being taken care of, and to surrender. Thank you, Lisa, for sharing that. It's a very beautiful message, a beautiful experience to have, picturing going to heaven, and how nice that your ancestors are there. Lovely. Wonderful. So again, checking the chat to see if anyone else would like to share about their experience with the second technique. Van is sharing tonight, a goddess head came into her head and it was all cracking when I moved a bit, but no pain. I felt as if it was a clearing. Wonderful, wonderful, Van. That's a lovely experience. A goddess head coming into your own head, and all was cracking when you moved a bit, but no pain. Lovely. So your divine energy was entering into you. Lovely. Thank you for sharing that. Sam is saying tonight with the second technique he visited with Muruga, and Muruga advised him to feel appreciation for all his blessings in life. And they got into a state of love and gratitude, and he cleared some misperceptions that I had about work. I appreciate that. Thanks, Swamini Valli. That's a beautiful message, Sam, to appreciate blessings that we have in our life and go into a state of love and gratitude, and even to clear away misperceptions about work. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Kalyani is saying she also was with Lord Muruga tonight, and she got a message from him, and she received blessings that felt light and sparkles in herself, sparkles on herself. Thank you for sharing that, Kalyani. That's beautiful. Yesterday was the 6th moon, a moon phase sacred to Muruga, and I did do a Muruga Fire Lab last night for the community Fire Lab on this channel, Pillai Center Practice channel. So I'm happy to hear that Muruga is working with some of you. Beautiful. Beautiful. So thank you for sharing that, those of you that have shared. Lovely. All of you have permission to practice these techniques on your own during the week. And again, you don't have to necessarily be sitting on a meditation cushion in a formal meditation posture. You could do the first technique, for example, while you're washing the dishes or taking a walk. You can do this very quietly, maybe sitting under a tree, sitting on a park bench. Again, these are all very short, but you're able to have a deep experience even in a very short amount of time with these techniques. And in the beginning, if it's a little challenging to visualize, just keep playing with it, keep practicing with it, with picturing a goodie or picturing yourself going to heaven and talking to someone there. Just allow yourself to practice it. Beloved Superstar is sharing, tonight she received the gift of enlightenment from Lord Muruga. Mother Goddess Angali blessed her with city powers, and Lord Hanuman gave her the courage to live a life in truth. And she could feel Hanuman's deep love for her. So she experienced receiving some beautiful gifts from divine beings in that short amount of time, 5 minutes, that we spent together in silence. Beautiful. Very happy for you that you were willing to receive. Beautiful. Kalyani is saying, thank you for the Fire Lab. You're welcome. I'm doing one Fire Lab a month for the community on this channel. I haven't set the date yet for the one in February, but it will always be on this channel once a month. And the replays, of course, are always there. And she says, thank you, Babaji, for your love. Yes, I totally give credit to Dr. Pillai for the teachings and the experiences that he is giving to us and the light that he's sharing through the whole world with everyone right now. Beautiful. So again, you also have permission to practice the techniques on your own, and you also have permission to share the techniques with others if you wish, as long as you do that freely. These were freely given to you, and you can freely pass them on to others if that's appropriate for you. Okay, so again, as I announced at the beginning, this is the last of the weekly classes. Starting in February, it will be a monthly class once a month on the second Tuesday of the month. So we're all going to have to mark our calendars to remember the second Tuesday. The first Monday of the month, I'm doing a Mother Mary call on this channel. And on the second Tuesday of the month, I'll be doing Atomic Dreaming. And it will be at the same time, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Beloved Superstar is saying, thank you, Swamini Valli. Thank you, Babaji. Tonight, my heart feels the love of the divine in a way that I hadn't before. I am deeply grateful for you all. You're very, very welcome. Ayana is saying, thank you, Baba, Swamini Valli, and all. And I echo those words of appreciation, and I thank all of you who have come to the classes, whether you came tonight or you came to an earlier one. Thank you all for participating in the experiment of sharing these techniques. And I'm grateful that some of you have practiced them and have had beautiful experiences on your own, even outside of class with them. Okay, so love, blessings to all of you. I will see you again on the second Tuesday of February, and we'll check in with each other and see how things are going. All right, so I'm going to wish you all well. Namaste. The light in me truly honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all. Namaste.